Let's just get some tacos. Let's just review the tacos. Yeah?
Yeah. Full lobster's funny though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's 60 quid. This is 23 quid. That's for some tacos.
I think reviewing a full lobster is
twice as
funny.
Well, this is.
What do you think,
This is
Ethan?
just exciting.
Go on, do the lobster.
Right, I'm booking the lobster.
Wait. I'm getting cold feet. No,
I've recorded all that.
Welcome to the podcast for the sisters and bros. It will make you laugh from your head to your toes. Talking about their lives, from the highs to the lows. And the name of the title goes, The Sloppy Joes.
Welcome, our kid, to the Sloppy Joes podcast. My name is Joe. Over there is Joe. And in that corner is Ethan. This is the Oasis Sloppy Joes special. Welcome, the greatest band of all time, reuniting this Friday. Hours to go until they take to the stage after 15 years of being away. Millions of people will watch the second coming of Noel and Liam. I'm out in this jacket.
Horrible.
I am out in this jacket.
Hated that intro.
It is a full Oasis special, the show.
Not.
Stay tuned.
It isn't a full Oasis
Unbelievable content coming.
Where'd you get that jacket
tonight,
from?
Joe? Got it from Dairyley Dave. Because tonight, Joe, in Cardiff, the Principality, the roof... Will the roof come off?
Well, the only remaining bit of the roof around the edge will come off, yeah.
No, they might have a roof.
Well, they can close it.
Would they close it just so it could blow off?
Probably, yeah.
Oasis are back. For the old listeners, I'm wearing this absolute divine Oasis... what are you laughing at? Oasis
I'm not
jacket.
laughing, I'm actually wincing.
Pardon? I'm buckled up and I'm ready.
Why do you give a shit?
Hello. It's a song. Go on.
What's happening?
Why do I give a shit?
Yeah.
Oasis is the greatest band of all time.
They're not, obviously, but that's not really the point because even if they are, you have never been that bothered. I know you like them, but you're not one of those people that's always talking about Oasis. Do you know those like big... Ethan, you know what I mean? Ethan James, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah, hello.
Do you know those people who are like band people?
Take this
and
Oasis
they've got
jacket
their
off.
band.
Yeah,
They're always talking about their band.
You've never really said Oasis is your top dog.
We're 286 episodes in and you've never said Oasis are the best band of all time.
Who did I say was the best band of all time?
You've not said...
I'm sure I said Oasis when we did top
I think you
three.
said Coldplay.
Yeah, no. Oasis haven't been around for 15 years, but before that, I grew up on Oasis. My dad loved Oasis. I saw them in 2008 at the Liverpool Echo Arena. Changed my life.
What's that?
Got a new watch. So I'm just
How did it change your life?
Changed my life. Changed my life. Well,
How?
I discovered what music could mean to you.
What did it
And then they went away for 15 years. So maybe what I've been doing for the last 15 years is hiding my depression, hiding my sadness.
Under Darcy Buster?
I've seen Liam Gallagher a solo act 4 times and Noel 3.
Wow.
And I've got 2 different Oasis tickets.
Go on.
Manchester Friday, Manchester Saturday the week later.
So what are you at Friday the 11th?
Friday the 11th.
And then
with
Saturday
me, Daryl and Lennon. We've got the front bit, which is great. Then for Saturday the 19th, me and me dad.
What are you doing Saturday the 12th, by the way?
Don't know, why are you going to watch them?
No, I'm going to go for a couple of beers if you want. Come.
Really? What do you mean?
Just booked it in and that.
You booked in your beers?
Well, my cousin's coming up.
Oh.
We're going for some beers.
Terry!
Terry.
Terry!
Literally said it so many times. So are you really excited for Oasis?
I think, Oasis, I've been getting hyped up. Listening, when you actually dive into the back catalogue, it's like, who can compete?
Loads.
No one can compete.
Sure.
No one can compete.
Sure.
All the bangers. Sure. They're arguing about what 25 songs are going to make the cut.
Yeah.
Well,
to be fair, if they hadn't have just been so
the...
childish that they couldn't talk for 15 years, they wouldn't need to do that, would they?
Yeah, but now look, they're probably making more money in this 1 year than they probably would have done in 15 years. 300 quid a ticket, don't forget.
Possibly, although probably not. But here's what I will say is, new watch.
New watch.
Because I've never seen you doing this constantly now.
Becky got me a watch for my birthday.
It's nice, that.
She got me watching a Nintendo Switch.
Did she? Are you
Yeah,
9?
fucking brilliant. What, can 9-year-olds all the time? I wanted
How
this.
old were you when you learned?
Took me a while. Still getting over it now.
Since you got the watch?
Yeah, it's Friday in my head because it says
What does that mean?
I can't change the day. I suppose it is Friday in Sloppy Joe's.
Even a stopped calendar is right twice a year, isn't it?
Ethan, you must love Oasis.
Oh yeah, my favourite is the summer fruits.
Oh God.
Nice bit.
And he wants me to try and get him to. He wants my help to try and get him Oasis to.
What's wrong with that? You're the man who knows everyone.
Do you not respect Oasis at least?
No, I do I don't mind Oasis. I think they've got a load of good songs. I do think they're a good band. I'm not an Oasis hater. I just don't think they're the best band ever, obviously. And I do also worry at times that, although it's a bit different at gigs, some of their songs are just so overplayed that it's like I almost hate it in a way.
Okay.
But obviously, when you're at the gig, it's different. Because when we went to see the Killers, Mr. Brightside was great live.
Yeah.
But if you hear it on a night out, you sort of roll your eyes a bit.
Yeah.
Oasis have got a few of them.
I like the Killers. I like Kings of Leon. I've seen so many bands. But if you were to go toe to toe with some of their greats and Oasis greats,
Oasis are better than them. Oasis are the best of those two.
Even Coldplay, Ethan. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I would love to see Coldplay with all their light up bracelets.
So today, on Friday, the 4th of July, are you celebrating? You're half American.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy Independence Day.
What are you going to do?
Well, we used to, growing up, we used to celebrate. We would have, it wasn't always the exact same, but usually a cluster of these following items for dinner. Ribs.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah. Crinkle cut fries.
Yeah.
We'd try and get corn or cornbread, but cornbread you can't really get it. Sometimes Mum would make pumpkin pie.
Can I ask what is cornbread? Like, what is it? Is it corn flour? Is that what it's made of?
I don't really. I think it's made from like semolina or corn flour. Yeah. It's like bread, but it's corn. And you often have it with honey drizzled over it. And this is pre. You'd have butter and honey on it sometimes.
Fucking hell.
This is pre like hot honey being a thing. So this is 20 years ago having honey on bread. Couldn't get my head around it, but I liked it. Then you're having coleslaw. Then you're having blueberry muffins and watermelon.
Your mum would do all this, yeah?
Yeah.
What's the watermelon about?
Just American, isn't it?
Let's level it off a little bit.
Did
you ever watch anything? Like Independence Day?
Independence Day. No, we didn't actually. We're too busy bloody just enjoying ourselves. Maybe have a little Coke float as well, if you're lucky. Go all American with it. I still love Independence Day, yeah.
It sounds brilliant, Ethan.
It's really good.
Was the watermelon not just when she unveiled her blouse?
I'm not sure what that means.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
Unveiled. Right, let me go through that. Because obviously there's a shit joke in there somewhere. So it's... What's the watermelon?
Stick to it though, Ethan.
Not when she unveiled her blouse. So a blouse is a top. And when you unveil it, you show someone your top. But presumably he means inside the top. Oh, boobs.
Boom.
Yes. Okay, but the way you said singular made it...
God knows what the ribs were.
No.
I'd fancy every little bit of that.
Yeah, you'd love
even
it.
the mum's blouse part.
Well, no, that's not
is it like a buffet style?
Yeah, well, we'd have little bits in the middle of the table and you can pick. Maybe jacket tatey going on as well, or some, like I said, some crinkle cut fries. But the ribs are the star of the show, obviously. They've been in the oven for some time.
This might need to get cut, but I only know it was Independence Day as a kid or as a teenager when some of the Rude videos would celebrate it.
What?
This is staying in.
Is this real?
It is staying
I just
didn't know. And then, they all started wearing American flags. I was like, what's going on here?
On a porno? That's not like an illegal word. That's what you're saying, is it?
Yeah, that's how I kept up with my seasons.
What have you got? Did you have an up-to-date subscription? You were just watching new shit as it came out?
It used to be what's trending.
Oh, right, yeah. And there's a lot of sort of pilgrims and natives kind of just shagging, probably, in this instance, no doubt. Yeah. The sort of buckle on the front of the hat. Turkey in the background.
Fireworks.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about saying that. Do you know what I mean, Ethan?
Oh, yep. And it's in.
It's definitely in.
As long as we all agree, happy days.
So just on Oasis before we wrap up.
I'm not wrapping up. It's the Oasis special.
No, before we wrap up
an hour of this chat.
We're not chatting about Oasis.
I've hardly scratched the surface.
Okay, we'll talk more about Oasis. Why are they doing Cardiff first when they're a Manchester band? They are playing Manchester. Surely you just start at Manchester, give your home fans what they want.
Right, it's one of the biggest questions. Why Oasis doing their first 2 gigs in Cardiff? I think I know the answer.
Love this.
Insider sources, allegedly this is the reason. So bands, when they travel, they often travel with trucks. And where do you park those? Well, you get charged for parking or leaving your trucks in certain locations by the day. So places like Heaton Park, places like Croke Park in Ireland, Wembley. Where else are they doing stadiums-wise? Murrayfield. Yeah, Etihad would do this. They charge you by the truck. So, for instance, Lady Gaga, when she was doing one of her worldwide tours, and I think Taylor Swift at one point had between 60 and 100 trucks for each production.
What?
Yeah, because it would keep everything in there. You got to think, one truck would be for the slight bit of the left-hand side of the stage, one bit for
her boyfriends,
one bit for her outfits.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, all these trucks, and they get charged trucks by the day, and reportedly it's in the thousands. So if you're going to go set up somewhere and do your first gig, you'd want it to be in the location that charged the least.
Right.
But what about if there's a location that charges nothing?
Can I guess?
Cardiff. I've heard. So, because they're not making enough money out of this tour,
I was going to say,
they're already set up as we record this on the Monday, Tuesday, but they were set up yesterday. Yeah. They've already set up the full systems, and they're going for it for a week because they can get all the trucks in, they can practice the build, the takedown, the sound, boom.
And they can get used to playing in venues like that again for a week before the big day for free.
For free. And then when they move the trucks, so say they were going to Heaton Park and they had to set up a week before, and every truck is maybe a 10 grand, and they had 50 trucks. Do the maths on that.
£1 million.
I was trying to do a sort of sum there that I could keep up with in my own head.
Did you do
but
it?
Pick numbers far too big.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the reason. This is all allegedly. Insider gossip, though. Yeah, so I can't wait to see them. There is a slight worry that the crowd goes a little bit wild. People tend to...
Is there?
People tend to throw piss.
Yeah, I know. That's one of the reasons that a lot of people have avoided the game.
Are you going to wear a cagoule if you go, Ethan?
I need you to sort out for us, but if you can sort out for us, I'll cagoule my way all the way up.
What's your method of potentially sorting this out for him? So
no idea.
He wants 2 tickets.
He's got a budget that...
I want one.
Just one ticket.
By himself. He's going to get...
Just going by yourself.
The piss getting tossed
They're going to eat you alive, mate.
I wanted to go to that show on the 20th where I know some people who are going, so I just wanted to sort myself out.
He's tight, isn't he?
So how are you going to go about getting him a ticket?
I'm probably not.
Oh. You said you could before if you gave him 4.
If you give me the right amount of money that's still for grabs. I could get Ethan a ticket now at a ludicrous price of £400.
You said 300 or 400 and I picked 300.
I've got rid of the 300 one now.
He said why? What do you mean you got rid of it?
It's done. The cheek of him. So it's £400.
So you're making a tidy profit.
A little bit. It's £400.
As he always does, by the way.
But I know pretty much everyone, and I'll admit this.
You know everyone.
I know pretty much everyone, and I'll admit this, including myself, I've spent that amount on one ticket, £400.
Pretty penny, isn't
There
it?
are those that got lucky and didn't get hit with the dynamic pricing, but those tickets are so rare, you're not getting them, and they're £170 on resale. If you want a ticket, Ethan, it's £400.
I've heard they're only playing for an hour.
Yeah, what a stupid fan.
What?
Oasis literally put out their full breakdown of everything yesterday. 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's got to be on it.
You're right, Ethan. He doesn't even deserve a ticket.
I'd really...
He brings the Daily Mail Oasis rumour column, doesn't he?
Yeah. Whereas what are you reading to get all your goss?
Oasis Instagram they put up yesterday. So we're on from 8:15 to 10:30. What do you think they'll open with? Great question. I think either hello or acquiesce. Acquiesce, sorry.
Nice.
Or I just don't know. Maybe maybe Morning Glory. Maybe Rock and Roll Star. What do you think they'll open with, Ethan?
I think Rock and Roll Star.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think that'll get...
Is that because you've just heard Joe say that?
No, I think that'll get people going.
Joe,
what do you think they might end with?
Suggest one.
What do you think they might end with?
Don't look back in anger, because it'll be a bit of a message about them both.
I don't want him to go. He doesn't deserve a ticket, does he?
Why? What's wrong with that
He doesn't
answer?
deserve
That
a
wasn't a
ticket.
bad answer.
He wants to play half price and he doesn't even know.
I would have paid £300. I do.
He's looking, Joe.
What are the first 3 albums called?
They are called.
To be fair, he could only name Gary
Definitely
Lightbody
maybe.
from Snow Patrol. Oh, go on. He's off to the flyer here.
Definitely maybe.
Come on.
Ooh.
I ain't set up. Come on. You can do this.
Wonderwall.
Yeah, Wonderwall.
Fucking twat.
And
Describe the... Come on. Do better.
AM.
God.
He's fucked
2012 Arctic Monkeys album.
He's absolutely
Anyway,
fucked.
I do want to go.
What was the
He's
answer
done me
then?
right over. What's the story? Morning Glory is the second one. Be Here Now.
Yeah.
Be Here
And
Now.
then thought number 4?
Be Here Now is one of the quickest selling albums of all time.
Yeah.
Because the first two were so good. Everyone was in the queue, including that iconic thing of what's he called from the Libertines?
Pete Doherty.
Pete Doherty.
Getting
Have you ever seen him getting interviewed? Oh, it's great.
Talking about how much he likes him.
On the show today, we did the fact that near Heaton Park.
Liam's the town crier. That's the quote, isn't it? I got that right. That's the Pete Doherty quote.
Oh, is it? Is that what he said? Near Heaton Park, there's an Aldi that's changed their name to Aldi. Huh?
No.
Some might Sainsbury's. So Sally can't wait, Tros.
Any more?
There was one more, wasn't there?
Little by little.
Well, you could just
Little by little.
Very good. You could just have M&S instead of Acquiesce.
Yes, you could do.
Just
Parker Mark instead of Primark.
Ooh, rough stuff. Very rough. There's got to be more, hasn't there?
Yeah, get in the comments if you've got any.
Yeah.
Would you want to come?
I wouldn't. I'd like to go if it was just me going, and I mean me and Oasis. The crowd is what bothers me. I'm not up for what I think the crowd is going to be at that gig. I think it's going to be a lot of, because of the time span, it's going to be a lot of blokes in their sort of late 30s and 40s who haven't got on it for a bit, going mega turbo bastard style.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be their kids who they do coke with, and I don't want to be in that crowd, personally.
So me and my dad are going on the Saturday.
I've nailed it, haven't I? I've nailed it.
You'd hate that. So any supermarket Oasis stuff, get in the comments, and I won't read it. Even probably will. I've also got something to put forward.
All right.
A lot of people, well, some people have reached out in the comments saying I was a bit of a, a bit out of order to say Lobster wasn't nice because they don't think I've tried it, and I'd like to put forward that in the next podcast we just get a full one.
Just get a big lobster in.
Now we've done some research, haven't we?
Yeah.
And I think this is a good price.
Is it?
I don't know. 60 quid.
This is what he does. This is how he markets things up. He'd tell us it's 600 quid for a lobster. Don't worry, I'll sort it.
60 quid.
Then it turns out it's 60 quid. He's kept 540.
There's
Oasis tickets all over again.
yeah. 60 quid
Yes.
for a cooked one, full. Do we get any herbs or spices with that?
I think you get a butter.
Oof. There is a live one from a Chinese supermarket for 35.
What are we going to do? Boil it on air in one of the most despicable acts of podcast history?
Could make it a pet. Would it harm us?
Hold on. That was wooded harmless.
Would it attack?
What are you going to do to it? I don't think it would attack.
Also,
no.
you just have to not go in the water that it's...
Would it harm us?
Would it harm us? I think if you just didn't go in the water with it, you'd probably be all right.
What do you mean in the water? Does it come in a bag?
Do you think that? Where do you think lobsters live?
I'm just thinking about the one we get delivered.
What?
The live one we get delivered. What would that come in?
I don't know what it'd come in, but it'd have to.
You should just don't go in the water with it.
Yeah, well, we said we were going to keep it here.
Where are we going to put it?
This was your idea. I'm saying that's not going to work.
Can we put? Can he not stay out of the water for a bit?
Do lobsters have to go in water, Ethan? Have a Google.
Well, the stay in tanks when you go to the restaurant.
Yeah, they do.
I know, yeah.
What do you feel about that, by the way? Can we get a lobster? Yes or no?
We'll see.
Get in the comments if you want us to eat a full lobster.
I want to see
It'll
you. I
cost a
want
bit.
to. Do you know the only image I want is to see you with the little bibby on, and those plastic little glovies, cracking a lobster and it'll just like squirting fish water all over your head.
Oof. How are you with? Would you pick out a lobster if you were?
What from
say
a
you were
police
rich?
lineup?
Say you were rich.
Human. Fucking hell! Oh no, it's a human. Lobster.
Which one attacked Ethan?
Yeah. It's that one there.
The Hammers. I don't think I could do the pointing.
Why?
I couldn't pick one.
What do you mean?
I've started to go off seafood boils.
How many have you had?
Oh, they look horrible. In America, where they get
That's
all
what we
this.
need to buy. Boil. Do it on here.
So seafood boil.
Seafood boil talk is one I got away.
Talk about this, because this is one of those things that if you're from a certain part of America, it feels like it's just commonplace.
Yeah.
And if you're from every other part of Earth, it's the maddest thing in the world.
What's the craziest is they've got these huge drums, which is where the stock will start to get building from. Yeah. And let me just tell you this, the stock looks good.
Yeah, but does it?
Oh,
because it's not like
they're lobbing water, butter, seasoning.
Yeah, but in normal cuisine, in every other country in the world, it's like you will see a pile of fresh herbs, maybe some dried herbs, and maybe some, your classics: onions, chilies, peppers, lemon, celery, whatever it may be, stuff like that. But with this, it's often the south of America. And it's these big tubs that have been like designed specifically for these things. And it's not words you've ever heard of. It's like Mama Pojangles liquid seasoning.
Yeah.
And then it'll be like, we're going in with the whole bag of the low sodium cripple crap. And you're like, what are we even saying? What is this? It's like another jar of the Jurlic gar. It's fucking mental.
It is mad.
It's just bright red fluids.
And then they turn to the bucket of seafood, and they're all still shaking.
They're all still alive.
So not only they're going to die from being boiled alive, they're going to die from being seasoned alive. What a piss take.
Yeah, inhaling a liquid concept of fucking Mama Joe Ridley's carpet cleaner, dumb Freshington or whatever.
If you were going to die, would you rather be drowned in normal water or some sort of? I'm thinking about it now. I'd probably the seasoned water would be good.
Really,
the last thing you taste is a bit of.
It's a lovely hot broth.
They've got it right.
Yeah.
Bit more pepper.
But how annoyed would you be if you were going into sub-seasoned water? At least if it's plain water, they're not trying anything silly. Yeah. Salt. Bit of salt in there. But they've got. But then here's what annoys me. So you see it. They always have to. They've always make a point of how much they've washed them, because presumably these fish are full of like sand and shit.
Yeah.
So they always talk about we rinsed our crawfish 10 times or whatever till the water ran clear and there's no more poo in it.
Like rice.
Yeah. That's
how often do you wash your rice?
I just give it a little rinse. What?
Dear.
What are you doing?
I was told by countless TikTok accounts to at least wash that bad boy 3 times, if not leave it to soak overnight.
Absurd. I'm not sure with all this shit, No,
but you do see the dirty.
Not sure.
Do you wash your rice, Ethan?
I just put it in the microwave in a little pouch.
Yeah, I thought that was the answer.
But like, some people wash chicken.
Yeah, that's more of a cultural thing, isn't it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So is everything actually improving the flavour, the texture, the consistency? Or is it just social norms in different countries? And realistically, if you're using the same ingredients...
Do you know the wash chicken thing? When I see people washing chicken with a little bit of lemon and vinegar, and then everyone's just fuming in the comments, it's like, let them be.
Oh yeah, I don't care.
Ooh, it looks well
do what you want. But it's not adding any flavour. But it's when people say, you're gross for not doing it. Oh, yeah. Do you know what annoys me? Another thing that annoys about TikTok, we need to go back to the crawfish boil thing, because there's so much more I want to talk about with that, is this obsession with Americans about seasoning. I watched like an Italian recipe, and it had like fresh basil, fresh parsley. It had loads of seasoning in it, salt, pepper,
but natural ones.
Garlic, like herbs. Like that's what seasoning is. Like garlic, onion, different types of herbs, lemon. So we've got citrus, we've got herbs, we've got traditional kind of like condiments and stuff as well. And people in the comments, where's the seasoning? It's like on some chicken breast or something. I thought, just because it doesn't come in a fucking 2 kilo tub from Costco doesn't mean that it doesn't taste nice.
Yeah.
Not everything has to taste like garlic granules and onion
bastards.
granules. Everything's garlic, onion, paprika, like
they all
pepper.
taste the same.
Just tastes the fucking same.
What were you going to say, Ethan?
I watched a man on Instagram the other day making apple cider fresh, and he washed these apples in a load of fairy liquid.
Was the Fairy Liquid the apple flavoured one?
That's a really good point.
Oh, I don't know. That's a good point.
I feel like he was taking the piss out of me there. Can I ask you, would you know how to cook rice?
I would put it in a rice cooker.
No, can't have that.
No, get away.
You're not allowed to microwave rice, and you're not allowed a rice cooker. How are you doing it?
Well, the rice cooker is phenomenal.
Am I not allowed to cook rice in this method of cooking rice? Is it only down your route? Your way or the highway?
What would you do? Okay. What would you do in a rice cooker?
Yeah.
I'd put some water in there, put the rice in, pop it on.
Pop it on?
Sorry, pop it on.
We don't know what you're having with it. What would you, how much water would you put in? More or less?
More or less than what?
More or less than the rice in the rice.
No, he's asking more or less how much water would you put in?
More or less than the rice in the rice cooker.
You don't want to put too much water in it because that's the mistake everyone makes where people drain it. You want to not be able to drain any.
That's a good point.
Drain. He's using a rice cooker and thinks it's going to drain out.
No, that's what I mean in terms of you need a little bit.
Some people do drain their rice.
You don't like that I got this right, do you?
Have you ever seen that where people cook it in just
Didn't get it right.
They cook it as though it's pasta. So you cook it in like...
That's how I used to do it.
Too much water and then you'll strain it and let it drain
So
like
you
pasta.
did used to do it in a rice cooker?
No, I've never used a rice cooker, but that's... When I've ever cooked rice, I did it like that, and then I dated someone Indian who told me that was wrong.
Did she ever tell you the right way?
No.
You know, I think that's part of the relationship why it broke down. You never were listening, were you? So back to the crawfish. Yeah. The boil. Then they sort of throw all the fish into this well-seasoned water.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it needs.
But this is where I have a problem with it. Because they're always throwing in, at some point they're throwing in half onions, they're throwing in those little smoked sausages. They're about this big.
Sausages get a look in, how comes that happen?
I don't know, but you've seen them, haven't you?
Yeah.
The little smokies,
it looks nice.
they call them. But here's what bothers me. They put the sort of little corn on the cobs, like half, they're like snapping them out, corn on the cobs, and they're boiling it for like 45 minutes. That corn is so overcooked you wouldn't believe it. Like corn on the cob takes about like 5 or 10 minutes to cook.
Are you sure they're not lobbing it in at the end?
No. Really? On the ones I've seen, they're cooking it for so long.
True.
And I always think like, you're spending all this money on like seasoning, you've got this big rig of like fucking everything, and it, like you can lift it all out and all the liquid stays behind. You've seen that. You think that corn's been in there for an hour. What's that even now? It's just mush.
Do you know what I saw?
Go on.
I saw Meghan Markle on the telly, and she put a full corn in the microwave, and it turned to popcorn. I didn't realise you could do that.
You can't do that.
She did. She put a corn, full corn in the microwave, and all the bits started popping off. It all turned to corn. I never knew that.
You have to get it. You can't just get a normal sweet corn from the supermarket and do that. It has to be dried.
Corn.
Yep.
Black corn. It was black.
What are you shouting corn for? It was black corn.
It was. I recall the corn.
You were corn what?
A cornucopia of ideas.
It was black in colour, the corn. Perhaps burnt?
No, it wasn't burnt. It was black corn that was dried and then microwaved, yeah. That's cool though, isn't it?
He didn't even, he's not going to say
he
anything.
He didn't know anything.
Anyway, so we'll get a lobster next week.
Alright, we can try a lobster. I would like to try one of those crawfish boils though.
Yeah.
And I want to know, the sad thing for me is, so then, if anyone hasn't seen it, then they will get the whole thing and just pour it out on a table.
Yeah, and everyone has to dive in.
It's not dished up.
No.
All of that liquid that there's probably spent like $80 worth of seasoning in is just gone. We could be making some sort of broth or a bisque or a chowder or something out of that.
That whole barrel is hundreds of pounds worth of food, isn't it?
Gotta be.
Have you seen how the big boys are making gravy these days? In bathtubs.
You just said these Daves.
These days. They're in bathtubs.
Really?
I watched a really good Instagram of a restaurant near us who were getting ready for their Sunday service. They were sweating down onions, carrots and celery in a bathtub. It looked like a bathtub.
Where is this?
Cafe Continental.
Really?
It was like a bathtub. A bathtub of gravy.
Wow.
Did
they then drain it through the plug hole into people's plates? Just take the plug out for a sec. Play.
It would be nice, that, though, wouldn't it? Would you have a tap of gravy?
I'd be up for that. If you could have a tap with 5 different
liquids in. Butter, gravy.
Butter isn't a liquid.
You could get it to be you could get it to liquid
so
form.
You've got a hot butter tap. And
it's what they have in America when popcorn time.
Okay.
Ooh.
And then what I could do with that is just pan, eggs.
Okay.
Before
what?
Before eating it. Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Capri Sun.
Yeah.
Milk.
Not chose beer. What an absolute loser. He's not picked Guinness. You could have free unlimited Guinness and you've picked Capri Sun.
I don't like drinking Guinness. I don't like. Here's the thing.
You've got to finish that sentence.
I don't really like drinking alcohol at home.
Okay.
Well, give me butter any day, but I just don't like it.
I went round to your house on 2 occasions, and on both occasions you got giving quite a lot of alcohol.
In an environment where people are coming round.
The environment's your house.
But if I'm sat there with Becky, never have we in the 6 years we've lived together, on like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, just said, "Shall I have a beer?"
You don't.
Does it
happen?
happen? Does it happen? Do you drink?
No, I don't drink at home. Hardly.
Do you drink at home, Ethan?
I had a phase of a John Smith's a night a few weeks ago, but never apart from that.
Why did he bring some beers round?
Yeah, he had some good.
Good lad.
You had a phase of a John Smith's a night.
Just one. I'd cap it at one.
How come?
Just to help you go to sleep.
Ease what? Sorry.
Ease the demons away.
And when did you realise that maybe drinking to help sleep was a bad idea?
I started running.
What, to help you sleep?
And that helped the demons in that way.
Oh, that's good. It's nice that, isn't it?
No. Yeah. No, but we don't drink at home, so I wouldn't waste one of my 5 taps on a Guinness tap. What's your 5?
I'm not going gravy. I'm just thinking of yours. I don't dislike yours, by the way. I'm just trying to use it as a reference point. I think I'd probably go Coke Zero. I think of the soft drinks, that's probably one of my favourites. I think I might go. Yeah, milk's good. We use milk a lot.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm thinking? Double cream.
No, we'll never use double cream. What are you using double cream for?
I don't like a dessert. Do you know what?
Oh, I'll tell you what would be good. Because a cordial. A cordial one.
Cordial. Like a Ribena.
Yeah, Ribena cordial.
So.
One of them. Maybe a delicious. No, I was going to say coffee, but I like making coffee myself. Fizzy water. Egg whites.
What?
No, just egg.
I was going to say egg.
Yeah, scrambled egg.
And you really picked fizzy water?
No.
Wow.
Scrambled egg. And I'll swap fizzy water out for cornstarch slurry.
Fucking hell.
What are you having?
Thicking up my gravy.
Or I'm going to have a summer fruits Oasis.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. Have you had Professor Peppy, by the way?
Mr. Pep. Oh, we talked about Mr. Dr.
No,
Peppy.
not Dr. Pibb.
Oh,
not
right.
Mr. Pibb. Professor Peppy. That's Aldi's version.
Oh my goodness.
I've got some cans.
I'd love to meet him. I'd also have ice cold water. Not
No.
You've already got a tap for that, you twat.
You fucking knobhead.
He's
What are
picked
your
water.
five dream taps?
Literally picked tap water. The only thing we have ever had on tap in our own homes. You've picked it. You are sausage. He's literally picked water.
I didn't think about that.
Got it for free.
Hot and cold water he's gone for.
But
yeah, on 2 of his.
Yeah, not boiling hot, but just quite hot.
I'm thinking maybe some ice pellets might pop out of there at the same time. But that's not a liquid at that point. What about what do you call them? Those tea drinks that they have in Asia with the little bowls.
Oh,
bubble
boba.
tea. Or like a chai.
Boba tea.
Boba tea.
Boba tea, they're nice. Would you want the balls included? Do we give them that?
No, I could block the sink.
So you don't want the balls?
Why, you're just going to run it into the sink? You're not going to drink it?
I don't want to be too unhealthy with it. It could send me down a path. Maybe sherbet?
That's not a liquid.
Probably more unhealthy than Bubba tea.
I guess.
Who's Bubba Tea?
Do you think he was in the wrestling?
I think he was in the 18.
You put me off beer now. No, you know what?
Yeah.
You would. If you had a choice, you would.
You probably would have one beer, wouldn't you?
And you just don't use it for the option. I'd have a Guinness tap.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Liquid gold?
I would have had that.
Liquid diamonds then.
They can't become diamonds. They can't become liquid. I thought.
Yeah, probably not.
I thought liquid gold was a real thing. It's in the movies.
Is it?
They heat stuff up and
It is.
So you're having
gold.
Hot molten gold coming out of one of those.
Whenever
tabs.
times are hard.
Did you know? Here's a good fact for you. You might not know this.
I know, yeah.
You might know it though. All of the gold that's ever mined on Earth, that's ever been mined, so everything we've ever got out of the thing would fit into 3 swimming pools.
But how big are the swimming pools?
Like big ones. But like Olympic-sized swimming pools, just normal swimming pools.
Mad. And do we think there's more?
I think there's more.
How many swimming pools do we think there is?
Full of gold?
For gold, yeah.
I don't know, actually. I've never heard them estimate that.
Yeah, I wonder what the percentage is we've found.
Yeah.
Have we found 5%?
Yeah.
There hasn't been a gold rush in a while, has there?
No, there hasn't. Do you think we've run out? I think it's all just being passed around.
That's why it's so valuable.
Maybe.
What about diamonds?
There's plenty of them. They're not that rare, diamonds.
Did you ever watch?
They are rare, but there's less diamonds than gold, by the way. I think that's pretty much for certain. But it's not like the rarest thing, diamond. That's not why it's so expensive.
When we were on holiday in Cork, more stories to come, but this one didn't make the cut. Daryl bought a £40 block of silver as one of his investment opportunities, and
that's not that much.
That's just, why has he done that?
He keeps it in his wallet. He said he was going to be able to sell it for thousands.
But you only bought it for £40.
Yeah, it's silver.
2 years
it's not
ago.
Fucking crypto. Silver is quite a relatively non-fluctuating thing.
2 years ago. Anyway, he tried to get us all onto it. This was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Tried to get us all onto it. Says he was getting it. Bought some. Put it in his wallet. And we've not spoke about this for 2.5 years. And on the trip, the silver fell out. So we were able to Google, just how much this money-making trick would have made us all. For 40 quid, he bought it. It's now worth, it's pretty good, 29 quid. He's lost 11 quid on the fucking thing. Daft bastard.
That's so sad. 40 quid worth of silver, that's his fortune.
It's nothing. It's like a small credit card in his wallet. Anyway, on the Friday, last Friday was my birthday, and I had the delight of being surprised by Ethan and Joe by coming on the show. We might finish this episode playing it out because you played a game, but you said you had more to ask me.
Well, no, because they always I talked about this on the show before, but they said before, come up with a couple of stories about Joe, or like little bits.
But they never said that to me. They've never said, ask Joe about your stories.
No, well, they didn't know, because in the end they went, I think they ran out of time. They went, do you want to do the Manchester quiz instead, or whatever it was called? Yeah. The quick quiz. So I was going to talk about, as I've talked about on here before, I want to talk about your knowledge of takeaways in restaurants. That's what I was going to bring to the table.
Yeah, okay.
About how no matter where I am around Manchester or the UK, you can always supply a takeaway. Obviously,
it's part of my pastime.
Sandwich was the best example. I text you saying, I'm going to be in Bristol this weekend, thinking there's no chance he's got anything. And literally, you got me 4 free sandwiches and VIP service at the most, like the longest queued sandwich place I've ever seen in my life.
I'm not on my A game as much as I used to be, though. I need to get back to it. The BBC takes a lot of that commercial stuff away from you.
Yeah.
I can't just eat a sandwich with like a bit of branding anymore on excess and like get free shit.
It's a shame, that, isn't it?
It is a shame. Yeah. It is a shame.
But it's good though. It's good being on the radio.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it, Ethan?
Well, I wouldn't spoil how the quiz went. People can give that a listen to. But yes, I got up just for it. Is it true you didn't know we were coming on?
I generally didn't know who was coming on.
Because you heard his voice first and straight away you clocked it.
Straight away I knew it was Ethan. It was great. His voice is funny as fuck on the radio.
Yeah, it's good on the radio.
Just to hear.
What does that mean?
You got a funny voice in a good way.
Why on the radio?
No, just because, it was funny.
It's a lesser heard voice in that context.
Greater Manchester Radio. I think there was like 100,000 people that morning listening to you going, what?
It's 100,000? I only thought you got about 10.
Well, not considering last Radar, we went up.
Did you?
Radar again in August. They clock every 3 months how many people listen to the station.
You excited?
What was that hand movement?
I'm saying it could go either way, couldn't it?
Where's my confidence?
I think the from strength to strength will be said during those figures.
You'd bloody hope so.
Yeah, you're putting a lot of effort in.
Yeah, putting a lot of effort. It's lovely. Do you want to listen to it? Should we listen to the
What, me and Ethan on there?
You and Ethan?
Well, let's stick it in at the end of the episode. Before that, I've got something better for you.
What?
Try a bit of food.
As we are slowly deciding what to do with a new food-based feature, along the way, we're going to be bringing you a sort of mini 9 out of 10 club with various independent spots across Greater Manchester that we think are really good, / if new sort of big chains release menus.
Yeah.
So obviously last week we did the Big Arch, McDonald's new menu, which I thought about again. I thought, it's a good burger.
You didn't really like it at the time.
No, I'd give it a second thought. I think it's because I was feeling poorly.
Yeah.
This one, however, there is a car park in Ancoats, and it has an Aldi, a Go Outdoors, an M&S outlet, yeah, and I believe a Pure Gym.
Yeah.
Also now, a van's rocked up selling tacos. These are the Ancoats tacos. We went on Deliveroo.
Ooh.
And there was one taco available from this restaurant. Can you believe that? Just one. Just one. There was more like beans.
They had more burritos than they did tacos.
I'll tell you this though.
There you go.
The smell is
I'll hand you yours, Ethan.
Unbelievable.
So we're going to do a review because I feel like anything that comes up that's new and local or just new and national, we'll try it and we'll let you know whether it's worth going to. I know not everyone's from Manchester, but you can still enjoy the idea, can't you?
Yeah, and if you've got any sort of food ideas that you'd like to see us lot do on the Sloppy Joes, we will do another huge round of the 9 out of 10 club, which will eventually build up to another year-long World Cup.
Yeah, that's the way the World Cup works, isn't it? People don't get sick of that.
Yeah.
Right,
Wow.
So we've got some sort of dipping jus.
It looks impressive, doesn't
It does
it?
look impressive. Is that 2 tacos? They're all sort of gunked together.
Meaty.
Go on, Joe, talk us through it.
Right.
You've got a head start.
I'm getting all sorts of my tacos.
Oh, yeah?
As in, I believe in the mix there is a bit of lime. Are you getting a bit of lime in yours? Is the sauce limey?
Very limey. Very
The sauce
limey.
might be limey. That sauce is limey. Sip that sauce. It's the most limiest sauce I've had in my life. Is it supposed to be like that?
It's very limey.
Ethan,
Whoa!
sip your sauce live on camera.
It looks like gravy, but it's lime.
It's crazy. Do you think they went overboard on the
I
lime?
think there's too much lime in it.
The rest of it is nice. It's good. It's good stuff. It's not the best beer I've ever had.
No.
I'd say that. Anyone? Ethan, best beer you've ever had?
Birri?
Birria?
What's a birria?
What you're eating right now?
I thought I'm eating a taco.
It's a type of taco.
I've never had a bite yet. It's too hot for me to handle and click the buttons, but it looks great.
That dip is wild.
The dip is wild. It's probably one of the wildest dips I've ever had. It's the
literally
most
just tastes like lime
limiest dip you've ever had. Should we DM them and say, was your dip supposed to be this limey?
Well, I mean, it obviously was.
It's absolutely mental. I don't know if it is meant to be like that.
What does it say on the menu, Joe? Does it say with a proper limey dip? Get the menu out.
Maybe we're just uncultured.
We've had Mexican before.
We've been here before.
Do you think they've just they were pouring it in and the bottle just accidentally poured in?
Yeah,
and
it felt
fuck it.
limey.
I
It's
can't throw it
absolutely
away.
wild.
Served with pickled
What?
red onion and fresh coriander. Served with a rich dipping gravy.
It's not a gravy.
I think there's a mistake here.
That's
it's not
absolutely mental.
I think this will go down as Limegate.
It's way too limey.
Should we DM them and get a response by them?
DM them. DM them. Because the taco itself is pretty good. Let me just try some of the meat solo.
Tender. It's really tender.
very
You get a lot of
tender,
it. It doesn't taste of too much.
No, it doesn't.
I've ate the whole thing,
The whole thing, you've done both.
but I've not drank the lime juice. But
You have to drink it.
I think maybe on another day I would recommend it.
It tastes nice. The sauce is so wild that I can't.
I think it's the craziest.
I'm worried
sauce
about
I've
the
had.
rest of what they're doing.
I'm surprised that no one else has said that.
Yeah.
If that is the sauce it's meant to be.
Because it's like all of the liquid of the sauce is lime juice.
How's it brown? How does it look like gravy?
I don't know how there's enough space in that tub for brown to even get in with how lime it is.
Right, but here is Ethan and Joe on BBC Radio Manchester, where they played a game called 10 in 10. Bye.
Bye. Wave it.
Aye.
I simply don't know what's going to happen here. No one is in my script. There are no names dotted around. I've just been told to lift up a phone line and maybe say good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. No, not this Geordie fella. Oh, wait, and I believe also on the line might be another man called Joe.
Good morning.
Good morning. The two friends of mine called Ethan and Joe are on the line this morning. Are you two playing 10 in 10?
Yes, sir.
Brilliant. This is great, Ethan. Obviously, you live round Withington Way, so you're not in Newcastle right now, are you?
No, Joe. I'm here just round the corner. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday, mate.
Happy 40th, mate.
Oh,
And
that's rude.
It's such a special occasion.
You're only 40, you're joking.
That's even ruder, which is unfortunate. How have you been, Ethan? What have you been up to?
Oh, I've just woke up for this momentous occasion, Joe. I was fast asleep, but I thought, gotta get up to wish Joe McGrath happy birthday.
Oh, it means a lot. And Joe, how are you, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm well, thank you. I was already awake. I've stayed up through the night for this.
Yeah, you just couldn't sleep because of the excitement.
So excited.
Do you know the rules of the game? So the AI bot asks you a really easy question. 10 seconds to give me 10 answers. Is that all right with you two?
Who's starting?
Well, it's up to you. And sometimes when the people who play 10 in 10 know each other, there is a little bit of a wager on the line. Do you want to create one up?
Go on, then.
Well, no, I'm over to you. I mean, maybe one of them cooks the other one dinner, takes the other one out, buys a pint.
Oh, no, I like the idea of going out. We need a big night out soon, don't we? We're due one, like a nice Chinese or an Indian.
Okay,
so
right.
Put one of them in the line.
The loser gets the Chinese in the full, like, 60 quid on the line. Brilliant. Joe, are you all right? Are you all right with that?
I'm stunned, I'll be honest. I hope it's 10 things that I can think of first.
Oh, I've got a good wager. What about, instead of the Chinese, what about the other one does the ironing for the others? Because Ethan's known for spending 8 hours on a Sunday ironing clothes.
Oh, I did. It was 3 hours and 20 minutes, Joe. Don't push us. It just,
So maybe-
it just let the
Although he
time
knows
pass.
it to the exact minute, like he's doing marathon training or something.
Maybe, Joe, you can
TV.
drop round. If you win, you're ironed into Ethan and he could do it nice and neat for you.
I'll
That's a
be
good-
his personal steamer for the day.
Brilliant. I need one of them. Right, Ethan, you're going to go first because you're the tallest. So we're going to ask you a really easy question. You got 10 seconds on the clock. Can you give me 10 or more answers? You got 2 rounds of this. Good luck, everybody. Ethan, your first question sounds like this.
Name 10 things you'd wish for on your birthday.
Things you wish for on your birthday. Go!
Cake, happiness, love, clothes, presents, family, cards, letters, social media posts.
No, there is no way you say letters like that.
I need a new TV. It broke. My cupboard just broke as well.
No, 10 seconds is done. 10 seconds is done.
Okay, brilliant. That was amazing.
Ethan, that was amazing, by the way. You did 8 there. Pretty good. He set the bar high, Joe. Over to you now. Your first one. It sounds... Are you nervous, Joe?
A bit, yeah.
60 quid Chinese on the line here. It sounds like this.
Name 10 types of cake.
10 types of cake. Go!
Birthday cake, chocolate cake, orange cake, lemon cake.
Nope.
It was a Cathedral City cake then. That's not a type of cake. Cake.
4. No, he's... He called you a bottler. He called you a bottler there. He called you a bottler. Oh my days. Did you? I'm going to give you 5 actually, because you kind of flew through some like fruits, didn't you? And I guess all of them can have a cake. I've never heard of it.
Still lost.
Yeah. Well, you got one more round next here, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't use this. Is
How
it?
many did
Ethan?
Ethan get in the first round?
He got 8. It's 8 against 4. Ethan, your next question. It sounds like this.
Name 10 other words for happy.
Other words for happy. Go.
Chuffed, buzzing, over the moon. That's not a word. I don't know. Delighted, fantastic.
Chuffed and buzzing were great ones from you. That means you got 2. Okay, this is unbelievable. Ethan's got 10 overall. Joe remains on 4. If Joe can get 6 or more, it is the win. Are you right, Joe? Are you ready?
Nervous.
This is big pressure, this. Ethan, any words to Joe?
I hope you flop, mate.
Right, okay, here we go. Joe's final question on 10 in 10. It sounds like this.
Name 10 things you'd see at a birthday party.
Things you see at a birthday party. Go!
Candles, hats, balloons, banners, streamers, cake, a buffet, dessert, Joe McGrath, Guinness, friends.
10! He's got 10! He's dead!
No.
Come on!
He shoots, he scores, he's done it. Ethan, can you believe it? You went too happy too soon.
I think cake and dessert's the same thing.
Oh,
No, it's not.
No, it's not. You can have jelly.
Oh, good point.
So, when are you going to drop your ironing round, Joe?
Probably this afternoon, if you don't mind, Ethan.
Is that all right with you, Ethan?
Oh, the game's the game. That's why we love it so much.
Right then, Ethan, thank you very much to my good friends, Ethan and Joe, joining me to play 10 in 10 today on my birthday. Take care, Ethan.
Take care, Joe. Happy birthday.
Cheers, Joe.
Happy birthday, mate. Bye.